All right, we got to talk about the Mead project here. Got 4 batches of Mead. These are about 12 hours in. Everything is kind of churning along nicely. I want to give you a shot of this guy over here. This is the cranberry pu'er tea, and it's probably the most robust ferment. You can see a little bit of nuclear fallout action happening in this ecosystem. Currents in the yeast, and it is just really cranking. I don't know if that's because of the nutrient in the pu'er tea or what. Over here, we've got the mojito blend. This is mint and lime. And we really wanted to get that green color coming out in this guy, but I have no idea how the flavor is going to turn out. This guy's also doing really well. Yeah, really good. And a nice healthy foam head on this. A little bit different dynamics over here. Not so much of the foam, but a lot more of this sort of movement. And I have no idea what accounts for that. Both of these have the same yeast. This is a wine yeast, D247. Pull that up. Nope. D254. I just got this off of Taobao and cost about $1. This is the champagne yeast, super lemon, a couple lemons in there and a couple raisins for the nutrient, and it's going a bit slower. You can see the gauge kind of slowly moving there, much slower than the other three. So we'll see how this guy goes over the next couple days, and I'm not sure if what's going on there. We've got kind of some sediment developing. I don't know if that's the stuff separating out, or dead yeast, or just nutrient kind of falling to the bottom. So we'll keep an eye on that guy. But the color is really gorgeous. I'm excited about him. And this ugly bastard is my pride and joy. This is a 15 liter bottle I picked up from a market, from a Chinese wet market, and they say that it's designed for pickles, making pickles, and it came with this little weird airlock on it. So it's kind of, we'll see how she turns out, but this is really going fast as well. Get some action on this. It is just going like crazy, and this is, I'm going to call this guy the Viking Short Ale. The yeast in this one is actually from an ale yeast. It's from an active yeast I got from a friend who's brewing. It's an ale yeast, so it should only get up to about 8% alcohol. And then I put raisins and oranges in it, which is apparently a really good, robust, kind of foolproof mead recipe. And this guy's just cranking. So the honey. I use different grades of honey on these. So over here, this was what I used in the big 15 liter. This is just some warehouse honey. Really cheap. I got 5 kilos for about $15. It's a multifloral honey, so it came out a bit darker. And this is the stuff that's in the other 3. And I went through about 8 kilos or 6 kilos of this stuff, and still have a few kilos left over. But this is a local Kunming, local Yunnan farmer, and it's all crystallized, and the color and the taste is a lot more crisp. So these 3 have the local honey in it, a little bit different levels, but I'm really interested to see kind of how that stuff turns out. So different experiments going, all really cheap here. I got these glass bottles. This guy was about $10 US. These are 5 liter jugs. I got those for about $5. I got them from a place where they make something called Paogio, which is kind of like fruit infused moonshine. And the mouths on these are a bit bigger than like a standard brewing carboy, but they put like plums and other stuff in there with what the Chinese do with the Paogio. But I was able to go online and find these stoppers about the right gauge. they seem to be airtight. So we'll see how this whole thing turns out. All the ingredients are local, besides this honey, and the raisins and the cranberries are also from the U.S. Those are imported, but everything else was local and very cheap. So I'll keep updating you. I can't stop watching this stuff. I think this is fantastic. So I just wanted to share that, and yeah, see you later.